Hello everyone, I'm Tiny Toad. Welcome back to my little corner of the internet. Today we will be returning to CLANGEN for year 3 of MossyClan. Like the last video, we are starting with a now deceased clan member. Lotus Blossom's year was certainly not a good one. Her injured leg became swollen and infected, but luckily healed. Unfortunately, she froze to death in a snowstorm. Her clanmates will miss her dearly, as will I. I really liked Lotus Blossom, and I was looking forward to seeing how she would grow in the clan, but we will never get to see her life continue. Willowstar's year has been eventful, to say the least. Nearly right after Pebblepaw became a warrior, Willowstar decided to mentor Web's kit, Wormpaw. Life had been busy but enjoyable for Willowstar, until tensions began rising between MossyClan and the nearby Flame Clan. While the tensions were resolved by helping Flame Clan chase off a badger, Willowstar finds herself overwhelmed with her duties. She worries if she's really a good leader, feeling that her responsibilities are crushing her. Valleyquill's year hasn't been all that eventful, besides the fact that them and Fire Eyes adopted yet another abandoned litter. This time, only one kid was found, though, Oat Kid. He's unruly and quite the pull-off fool for Valleyquill to take care of, but the pair wouldn't have life any other way. Carnation Gaze has proven herself to be quite the character. She did catch Yellow Cough earlier in the year, but managed to recover. Interestingly enough, though, Carnation Gaze was the only cat who refused to mourn the loss of Lotus Blossom, as she apparently hated her. I have no idea why, but I really hope Carnation Gaze didn't purposely let Lotus Blossom die. Hopefully Lotus Blossom was found dead rather than dying and brought back to camp, because I'm not sure if Carnation Gaze would have helped. Carnation Gaze's apprentice, Smokepaw, has now graduated to become Smoke Ivy. Smoke Ivy is a charismatic young she-cat who loves babysitting the kids and is a very fast runner. She's also very sociable with other cats, hence why she befriended a lone traveling keeler named Time. Her life hasn't been all sunshine and rainbows, though. Once, while her and Carnation Gaze were looking for herbs, the two found a dead queen and kits on their territory. The family was given a burial, but Smoke Ivy thinks about them often, wondering if she could have saved them. If only they'd been found a little earlier. Like the prior years, Rowan Freckle hasn't gotten up to much, as she is getting up there in age. She hasn't let that stop her from playing pranks on her clanmates and generally being a nuisance. But she also got to apprentice Claypaw, one of Valleyquill and Fire Eyes' many kits. our eyes, the Tom also hasn't done much this year, but that doesn't mean his year has gone well. Apparently, he and Lotus Blossom were pretty close friends, and he took Lotus Blossom's death harder than any other cats in the clan. Though his grief has lessened, he finds it difficult to be around so many cats while knowing he'll never see Lotus Blossom again. It seems that poor Echo will never have a completely normal year. While Echo did get to mentor one of the kits, specifically Figpaw, she seems to keep having bad things happen to her. She had a headache for a while, then got fleas after the headache went away. Luckily, the fleas have been cleared from her pelt, but it seems that Echo has absolutely terrible luck. Hickory Stripe hasn't gotten up to anything this year. He mentored Thunderpaw, and that was pretty much it. Thunderpaw is a warrior now, so it's safe to say Hickory Stripe will be pretty bored for a while. Gray has done quite a bit this year. He healed from the bite wound he received last year after attacking a fox, but he was also bitten by a snake. Luckily, Carnation Gaze was able to save his life, though the wound healed with a scar. Despite his apparent vengefulness, he has been spotted by his clanmates calmly talking to a loner. It seems he's been going on walks outside the camp to collect his thoughts, and possibly speak with the loner again. It'll certainly be interesting to see what Gray gets up to next year. Poor Mulberry Shade didn't experience much outside of injury this year. While out on patrol one day, the she-cat encountered a fox on the territory. She managed to chase it off, but not before the fox tore up her pelt. Luckily, the fur grew back and the injury healed with no complications. Hopefully, she'll have a better year in year 4, though. Alfredo is a new cat that has come into the clan this year. He used to be a kitty pet, but got abandoned by his 2 legs after catching green cough. MossyClan took him in and managed to cure his illness, though clan life is proving to be quite the challenge so far. He's gotten scraped up by splinters and, worst of all, got heat stroke. Though he recovered, it seems like clan life isn't being very kind to Alfredo. Webb has since recovered from giving birth, though she continues to be pretty miserable. While out on patrol during Leaf Bear, Webb slipped and fell into a pile of snow, infecting one of her paws with frostbite. As soon as it healed, her long fur had picked up fleas. Carnation Gaze managed to rid them from her pelt, just in time for Webb to have a splitting headache. Unfortunately, the she-cat is still dealing with that last problem. Hopefully, it will go away soon so Webb can finally have a normal life. Despite apparently being a bloodthirsty cat, Toad has been nothing but kind to others. After Carnation Gaze helped him with the joint pain in his weak leg, he felt it was only fair to briefly take over as the clan's medicine cat when Carnation Gaze caught Yellow Cough. Once Carnation Gaze had recovered, Toad, strangely enough, decided to become the clan's mediator. Since receiving his new position, he's traveled to the nearby Quiet Clan in order to settle herb-gathering disputes between them and the medicine cats of MossyClan. He seems to have settled those disputes just in time, too, as he has recently gotten injured from driving rats out of the fresh kill pile. Saffron Pelt has proven himself to be quite the character this year. His bloodthirsty personality has made him seek out fights, though thankfully it seems the fights he initiates are to protect the clan. A fox broke his leg and he was bruised by a dog, but luckily he healed with no complications. In hopes of trying to calm him down, Saffron Pelt was given an apprentice, Sandpaw. However, he doesn't seem to be cut out for mentorship, as he sees his apprentice as weak and utterly frustrating. Though Sandpaw has become a warrior now, he definitely did not like being her mentor. Trot has been dealing with nightmares lately, dreams racked with horrid visions of the clan's demise. His now former mentor, Willowstar, has become someone he confides in about his nightmares, and has been encouraged to put his focus on making sure his visions do not come true. When rats invaded the fresh kill pile, he aided Toad in driving them out, and his pelt was torn because of the fight. Luckily, he healed just in time for his graduation. Pebbletrot isn't a mean cat, but has been taught to resort to violence when necessary, and also taught to think things through before attacking. He's an excellent caretaker of camp, and is frequently seen resolving arguments between his clanmates, most of the time with his silly sense of humor. Thunderwing had quite the year. During his apprenticeship, he and Hickory Stripe had gone on various patrols together, often exploring the more dangerous parts of the territory. In one such instance, the two explored along the side of a ravine. Thunderpaw leaped onto a foothold on the side of the ravine, shaking and dislodging the rocks above him. The rocks fell on his tail and trapped him in the ravine. Luckily, Hickory Stripe was able to help him out, though Thunderpaw's tail was damaged for a few moons. However, he is nothing if not ambitious. In another instance of rats in the fresh kill pile, despite his recently healed injury, Thunderwing leaped in to chase them off. Moonmoth, despite being a bit strange to the other cats, is a confident and skilled warrior. Only a moon after graduating, she was given Fawnpaw as an apprentice. No one else knows why, but Moonmoth seems to know things about her clanmates that they've never shared. Her secret? She can enter the dreams of other cats. At first, she thought she'd been having pretty weird dreams about her clanmates, but soon realized she could choose who she saw in her dreams by entering someone else's. As of right now, Moonmoth hasn't told anyone her secret. Snowy Feather is pretty different from the rest of his siblings. He's strict and follows rules to a T. He isn't mean, though, and seems to be great with kids. In fact, Wormkit once gifted him cardinal feathers, which he now wears in his fur. And I forgot to draw. Whoops. After being caught outside of the clan territory, Snowfeather returned with a running nose. Unfortunately for him, his running nose turned into white cough, and then into green cough. Luckily, though, Carnation Gaze and Smoke Ivy were able to nurse him back to health. Once he had healed and graduated, he became the mentor to a newcomer named Orchid Paw a few moons later. Wormtrail, who came to the clan as a newborn, is now all grown up. His mentor was Willowstar, who grew to become a trusted friend and advisor rather than just a superior to him. When he kept having nightmares, the she-cat managed to make him feel better, and the nightmares have gone away. Unfortunately, while on patrol, Wormtrail had decided it would be a good idea to climb a tree to catch a squirrel he'd spotted in the canopy. Of course, he fell out of the tree, though luckily only felt sore and bruised afterwards. He's doing much better now, and hopefully he'll have a good life to look forward to. Poor Clayfoot has been struggling with his insecurities. He was apprenticed to Rowan Freckle, who's a very experienced warrior despite her troublesome nature. Once, while the two were hunting, Clayfoot failed catch after catch and broke into sobs about how he'd never be a good warrior. Rowan Freckle attempted to comfort him, but it is not the she-cat's strong suit, and nothing seemed to calm Clayfoot down. Though he's been made a warrior, he's still worried he won't live up to the expectations his clanmates have of him. Fig Tree seems to be pretty opposite to her brother Clayfoot. Being apprenticed to Echo, Fig Tree became a pretty upbeat cat. During her apprenticeship, Fig Tree also had a bad fall, which resulted in bruises. Determined to keep working and be the best clanmate she could be, Fig Tree frequently found herself curled up and exhausted in her nest at the end of the day. Echo, being the kind cat she is, has taught Fig Tree that it's okay to take breaks sometimes. After all, you can't be of any help to anyone if you're too weak. When Fig Tree graduated, she was honored for her kindness towards others and the aura of warmth that seemed to surround her. Like her brother Clayfoot, Sandspots has also been struggling quite a bit. Right at the beginning of her apprenticeship, she decided it would be a good idea to clear out the bees that were forming a hive in camp. You can imagine how that turned out for her. Though the bee stings did heal, her confidence had been bruised. She told her mentor Saffron Pelt that she was worried she'd never be a warrior after messing up a simple battle move, and he scolded her for messing up, then called her weak. Luckily, Sandspots did manage to complete her warrior training, but I can imagine she harbors a bit of resentment towards Saffron Pelt. Fawnpaw, despite being the brother of Fig Tree, Clayfoot, and Sandspots, did not graduate with his siblings. I could not tell you why. Maybe his mentor Moonmoth didn't think he's ready to be a warrior. After all, she's able to enter the dreams of any cat, including Fawnpaw's. Perhaps she determined something about him from her visits, as she began entering his dreams when he seemed to be bothered by something but wouldn't tell her what. Unfortunately, I don't think we'll ever know for sure. On the bright side, Carnation Gaze gifted him blue flower bulbs to wear in an attempt to cheer him up. Luckily, he doesn't seem too bothered by not being a warrior yet. Lastly, we have this year's final newcomer, Orchid Paw. She was found as a kitten by Gray, Rowan Freckle, and Clayfoot while the three of them were out on patrol. The poor thing seems to be pretty susceptible to health problems, as she got a headache and heat exhaustion during her kithood. The conditions have cleared up, though. Hopefully, her apprenticeship to Snowy Feather will be much better for her. And that's the end of year 3 of MossyClan. This video took me quite a while, especially since I had 26 cats to draw for this video. My procrastination certainly didn't help either. Whoops. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to see year 4 of MossyClan, as well as more content from me, I'm sure I don't have to remind you to like, comment, and subscribe. Enjoy the rest of your day or night.